Pony Diamond here, and Diamond Beast is back, and this is my Lamborghini story. Do it! Hey, Pony Diamond here, and I'm back today with my Diamond Beast. Also, you know what? It's always a good time to talk about why Lamborghini. You know, why not Ferrari or other brands like McLaren? Well, I have like three different stories to tell you, and that'll give you some color to why I love Lamborghini brand. You know. But let's hear your story. If you have any car story or anything like that, hit me up on the down below in the comments. Hit like and subscribe too. Meanwhile, welcome back. Real quick, there's three different instances about why I chose Lamborghini. You know, I believe that things happen in life where you're trying to do your day-to-day I don't know, day-to-day grind, I shall say. You know, it's been a long journey, but obviously you didn't just wake up one day to be able to get one, you know, something like this. You got to be a bit optimistic, you know. But I do remember this. Okay, so the first instance is this about why I like Lamborghinis. When I was like maybe like 12 years old, my uncle, he bought us a poster, and it's a big poster, Lamborghini poster, and is a Countach, and I didn't even know the brand name of the car or anything like that. I just thought it was such, you know, a cool car with the scissor door, and I didn't even know it's called scissor door at the time. But anyway, so it's this big blue one, and he only bought one, so my older brother took it and they put it on the wall, right? And he put it on his wall. We have bunk beds. I sleep on the bottom, he sleeps on the top. And he puts this poster, you know, that plastered all over the wall, and it's a blue Lamborghini, which is the Countach. And I looked at the poster and I go, Lamborghini, you know, I couldn't really, it's kind of in cursive, the lettering, you know, the fonts. And I go, what is that, Lamborghini? I didn't even know it's called Lamborghini. I thought it was Lamborghini. I couldn't really make out the letters. And you know, going to school each and every day, waking up, seeing that poster, and I always go, man, that's just one badass car. Because, you know, I know heard about the Ferraris and stuff, but I don't know, you know, anything about the history or anything like that. I just looking at this poster, I just go, man, this is the car I want, you know, for sure. So that's one, right? Growing up, poster on my wall. You probably heard that story from many different people, you know, because it's kind of true that Lamborghinis have cool ass posters, man. So that's one. Okay, so that's when I was a kid, you know, growing up, just seeing Lamborghini poster or posters, or seeing Lamborghinis in the DuPont Registry magazine. You go to 7-Eleven, you will see, you know. Then they came out with Diablo, and it's game over. It's game over, man. When I saw the Diablo, I was like, that's the one, you know. But that's how I got to know what a Lamborghini as a brand is. First story. Second story is when I was coming out of real estate business, and you know, I wasn't doing that well by that time, so it was already starting to, the real estate market started going down, and I was a loan officer doing a lot of refinancing deals, or home loans, basically, for those of you who might not know what that's all about, or what that is about. But at one point, real estate was hot, and everybody's kind of got into real estate, including me. And but at that point in time, it was starting to go downhill, meaning like the property value starting to drop. And I always went go and hang out at the car dealerships, you know, Lamborghini dealerships, just staring at the, you know, I don't know if you guys ever do this, but I do it all the time, standing at the showroom outside. And I usually go at night so nobody would bug me, you know, just stalking stalking the, these Lamborghinis that are sitting comfortably inside the showroom floor. Of course, it's like midnight or something like that, so nobody's here to chase me. So I would always go there and dream, and just looking at it like stalking. But anyway, so real estate business was going down. One of my buddy calls me up and was like, hey man, why don't you come work for me and all that kind of stuff, or join me, and I have no idea what the hell, what am I doing, what am I doing? So, which is funny, I might do a separate video on this one, which is a little bit more detailed, because I kind of want to go quick on my second story. But anyway, the short version of it is that he was doing that Wolf of Wall Street thing, investments. And so my job was to basically pitch. I was good on the phone. I was very good with cold calling and all that kind of stuff. So he wanted me to cold call the investors and pitch them these investments. I don't know what that is. Anyway, so I didn't know anything other than getting on the phones. Here's a script, hi, this is King, and calling about these opportunities. Crap, I've done that. So anyway, it was like my second week. I was standing in the alleyway, and what the hell? People doing donuts over there. Oh God. So obviously I was taking a smoke break, basically. I was just standing there kind of trying to recital this pitch, this this little script they gave me, right? I was just standing there just going over it, because I already knew I got to get this thing in my head so I could talk and don't sound like I'm a robot. So I'm standing there just going over the script, and then from far away I hear a loud noise, like a Lamborghini noise, like kind of like motorcycle. I don't know. It just sounds like a loud motor, a badass motor. But then I glance over from far away, I can see like a black car coming toward me, and I couldn't tell what it is. And sure enough, by the time it got exactly in front of me, pull in front of me, and it's a Lamborghini Gallardo. It's a black one, black Lamborghini Gallardo. And I was like, I just jaw dropped, man. Like, oh shit, wow, what is this? Anyway, it turns out the guy's driving it. He rolled down his window and he goes, "Yo, King Bling," and he says, "You want to get in?" And I go, "Of course I do." It's at the time, I think the Gallardo was new. It just either Pac just came out or anyway, I think it was just released. So this guy got the black Lamborghini Gallardo, that's how you would pronounce it. But anyway, turns out he's a business partner of my boss or my mentor. And that's when I stood there and I go, you know what? I think I'm in the right business. I kid you not, in my head, while I'm sitting talking to him, doing all this stuff, smiling, talking to him and congratulating him, I said to myself in the back of my head, I go, I know I'm in the right business. See, before you would hear stories like somebody have a Lamborghini or Ferrari or whatever, but it would be somebody far away that I don't know. This John, this boss guy or whoever guy has a Lamborghini and he's has a good life. I don't care about the good life, I just care about the cars. So I would hear about people having this kind of car, but never somebody that I know, you know what I mean? Like right here at my arm's length like this. So that's when I go, you know what? Now I know I'm in the right business. You have to recognize the opportunity. You have to recognize the opportunity quickly, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to sound like I was kissing his butt or anything, but man, I was just like, this dude's a rock star, man. But that's my second story. I just knew right then and there, I knew I'm in the right business. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what we're selling, but that's what we're gonna do. So anyway, so that's my second story. All right, so the third one's a little bit more color. I was working in a Thai restaurant. If you have not seen a video of my story, I'll put a link down in the description, obviously, so you can check that out. But yeah, my dad used to have a Thai food restaurant, you know, and my job was to deliver the food and pass flyers and all that kind of stuff. So one day, it was on a Saturday. Real nice weather, by the way, which is San Fernando Valley at the time. Got this order, about $50 order. Okay, came in for the delivery, Thai food. So I went over there, took the food in there, took the food to deliver it there to the warehouse. It's a warehouse, you know. From the outside, it looks like crap. It looks like run down. Like you couldn't even tell it was anything. It doesn't look like anything of value, you know. From the outside, it just looks so raggedy. But that's kind of how it is out there in that area, you know, like the industrial area. But anyway, so I'm holding this bag, you know, full of Thai food. I went in. The only way to get in was through the garage door. So I went in there. Instantly, I could see there's like 40 to 50 different cars inside this warehouse. You know, it dawned on me now that it's probably a movie studio, or or where they store cars for movies, for like movies and stuff like that. Probably. Anyways, I'm standing there. Hello, you know, looking for the guy who ordered the food, and there was nobody there. But I see all these cars, like 40 to 50 of them. And I can see like a Ferrari. I can see like, at the time there was a Nissan Z there. You know, like Bentley, things like that. All those cars I'm not really into. Like Bentleys, you know, I mean, at the time, nothing against Bentley, but at the time I was a kid, you know, I was probably like 22, you know, and the whole Lamborghini is still stuck in my head. Anyway, so I'm standing there just looking at all these cars, looking for this guy to come pay for the food. I keep yelling, hello, sir, anybody here? You know, I can hear my echo. Nobody shows up. So I immediately just, you know, just kind of prancing around, really, you know, in the same time interested in why all these cars are here. But in the same time, I was holding this bag full of food, right? I still got to get paid, right? I mean, but while I'm standing there, I've noticed there's one car parking with a cover on the car. Okay, all these other cars does not have any cover on it except one car, and it has a cover on it. And instantly in my head, I'm like, why is this one? Why is there a cover on this one and there's no cover on all the other ones? Now you gotta understand something. There's like a red Ferrari, I can see it, like a Testarossa or whatever, you know, but it's not covered. I can see it, you know. But there's one car and it's covered, and I'm just like, okay, what's the big deal, right? At the same time, this guy who ordered the food, whoever the guy's ordering the food, he's not here, right? So I walk inside the little office they have right there. No, there's nobody there. I'm just like, hello, you know, looking, but I'm like curious in the back of my mind, like, what makes this car so special? So I walked basically straight back to the car, and I put the food down on the ground, and I just like walking around it, just like here. I'll show you. It goes like this. Now I don't have a cover here, right? But I'm gonna try to give you. So it has a cover all over the car, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me see what car this is. So I went kind of down here, right, and just grabbed basically the cover back here, and instantly I saw this. It says Lamborghini. You can bet my heart pounded. I kid you not, man. I'm still pounding right now. I'm like, dip, 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 you know, in my heart, like, oh man, it's Lamborghini, like that, you know, in my head. I'm so excited. I forgot I'm delivering the food, and this guy's not here. I'm just standing there, like, so I'm like, put it back. Oh my God, it's Lamborghini, right? So in my head, I'm like, dude, I gotta find somebody to hurry up and pay for this food, so I can come back out here and check this car out, you know. So I found this guy, right? He finally shows up, but it wasn't in the warehouse. It's inside his office. So I'm like, you know, sit there all casual. Hi, yes, hi, your food is $50, you know. So he paid. I got my money. Immediately, I marched back to the car. to go check out this Lamborghini. By the way, it's a Lamborghini Diablo. It has the bowl. And I'm like, just standing there. Like, now that I know it's a Lamborghini, but I was afraid that the guy's gonna, the guy who ordered the food's gonna come out and start yelling at me, right? And call my dad, So I'm just standing like, just like this. And there's still cover on it. But I now know that it's a Lamborghini Diablo, right? So I'm standing here. So I kind of, went back down here and peeked it one more time. Like, just to kind of get a glimpse of the buttress. I instantly drove back to the restaurant as fast as I could. I went back to the restaurant. My little brother, okay, he was also working at the restaurant. I told him, I said, yo, Vic, his name's Vic. Dude, you gotta come with me. He's like, go where? I'm like, dude, trust me. You gotta come. You gotta, just go. Come on. He's like, well, we're going. I'm like, dude, I have a surprise for you, So he nonchalantly got into the car. He left the restaurant unattended, by the way. The restaurant is completely unattended at this point. Him and I got into the car. I just kept telling him, dude, you gotta see this thing. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it's a surprise. You need to check this out. He finally got to the place. He looks at the outside of the building, the same reaction I had. Like, what is this place? I'm like, dude, trust me. So we finally got to the garage door. It's still open. We walked in there and he just said the same thing I said. Like, what the hell is all this, right? And I go, dude, you see that car right there? You see that thing right there? And I still had a cover on, right? He goes, yeah, why does it have a cover? And I go, check this out. So then, we came to the back of the car, lift the cover halfway. So it's stuck about here, right? So imagine basically the front's still covered, but the back is now peeled, right? So you can't see the front, but you see the back. So we're like, oh shit. At first, his first reaction was like, oh shit, what the hell? That's a Lambo, right? Like, So we're like, oh man, that looks so sexy. God, we're just standing there. Keep in mind, this is like pre-internet, right? So the chances of seeing these kind of cars are very slim. I never seen it, man, until that day. Anyway, so we're like, gee, I wonder what it looks like from the front. So we put the cover back. Okay, put the back cover back. We came back to the front and we peeled the front back this way. So now the back is covered and the front is open, wide open. You can already see where we're going with this, right? Man, my little brother and I at the time, we're just troublemakers, man. Like we'll do whatever we have to do if we're, to get things done. So anyway, so we're standing there. I wonder what it looks like in its entirety. In its entirety. Well, guess what? And I don't suggest any one of you guys to do this. First of all, somebody else's car. Okay, I've learned my lesson. Please do not touch somebody else's car. Okay, but anyway, we were bad kids. We removed the entire thing. So now we grab the whole thing and say, you know what? Screw it. Pull out the whole thing. Now we're staring at a full-on V12 Lamborghini Diablo. I don't know what year. I don't know it was a VT. I just know it was a Diablo. That's all I needed to know. I'm just standing there like, man, that's a Lamborghini. My heart's still pounding. I'm still pounding right now. I'm talking about it. I'm just standing there. But you know what? That's not enough. I said to my little brother, I said, I wonder if the door is open. So we went back to the door and go like this. Go like this. And guess what? The door is wide open, man. Just like this. Just exactly just like this. The door is wide open. Just like this. Okay? Without the towel, of course. And we're all like, oh my God, the door is open. Okay? I said, you know what? I wonder what it feels like to actually sit in there. So we started going in there, right? My little brother went to the other side. It's open. And he also got in there, and I was like, for the first time in my life, I was like, man, this is hard to get in. That's I would never remember forget the feeling, because it's so hard to get in, in and out. And I got in there, slide my butt in there, and lo and behold, you will not believe what's in there. Yep, the key to that V12 Lamborghini Diablo. The key is still in the ignition. I'm like, Big, you see, there's a key. So of course I turn it on. Well, not the engine, but just to kind of, turn on the ignition, just to hear the I guess the sound of the car being engaged, right? And then the radio, I'm like, let me hear the radio, I'm just sitting there all hyped up, all amped up. And I looked at my brother Big, he's over there just like, oh man, this is so cool. I said to him, hey, what do you think we should, you ready for this? I said, what do you think we should steal this car? He looked at me like, what? Like, yeah, maybe we should just steal this car, right? He looks at me as if like, are you for real? I'm like, dude. So I'm at that moment, I'm like, dude, I just want to take this car now. I don't want to wait. But so I looked at him and goes, here's the plan. We're just going to put it in the garage and leave it in there for 10 years. Okay? We won't talk about it. We won't go in there. We're just going to leave it there for 10 years. And then we'll come back and take a look at this car. I was just like, really, really going to do it. It's like my only chance in this lifetime. He's looking at me like I'm crazy, but I think he was on board. Then it dawned on me. Wait. Your senses is starting to come back. It dawned on me now. Wait, we don't have a garage. We don't have a garage. So where the hell am I gonna put this car? I mean, it sounds like a great idea. I mean, I'm not telling you guys to do this. I'm just giving you my story, Now, the problem is, we don't have a garage. So then all of a sudden the fear kicks in. In fact, it's starting to kick in pretty hard. Like, what the hell we're doing in this car? And if somebody comes right now and go, what the hell, right? And we'll probably either got beat up or got arrested. But I didn't want to leave this car, man, without any kind of souvenir. So I was going to steal at least the key. You know what I mean? As a commemorative memorabilia. And I realized something. You know what? Our fingerprints probably all over this car. And if the key's gone, they're probably going to look at there's got to be a camera here somewhere. Anyway, so I came to my senses and go, you know what? It's not a good idea, man. I'm starting to get scared now, like from like my courage, this high now is like down here, starting to scare now. Like, man, is it being set up? You know what I mean? So I ended up, really, if anything, I stole they had a little tool bag, which is stupid because it didn't say Lamborghini on it. So I stole that as a little wrench. It didn't say any Lamborghini emblem or anything on it, and I don't know where it went. But we got in the car, pretty much just wrap everything back up quickly. If anything, I was scared now that we're gonna get in trouble. Wrap the car back up, got in a car, went back to work, and it's been in my head ever since. And that's my third story. So it was a little bit long, but I thought it was fun to kind of go over it. You know what I mean? Everybody has a story. That's my story. So that is why I chose Lamborghini, because it has a special place in my heart, where I was growing up, and these three things happened. It was a Ferrari, I probably would go Ferrari. Not to say I'm not gonna get a Ferrari. I'm sure I'm gonna get one eventually, But right now, man, I'm just on a Lamborghini train, and hopefully, you like this video. Anyway, if you like I don't know, do you have a car story? It doesn't have to be Lamborghini. It could be any car, really. If you have a cool story, man, you could hit me up in the comments down below. Hit like, subscribe. By the way, I have a pretty good series I'm gonna start doing in regards to trading penny stocks. I figured you guys be interested in that. Like a step-by-step plan, you know what I mean? Step-by-step plan, and see if we can build an army, you know? But I will go into some specifics too, and like how to open an account and why and all that kind of stuff, like a nice, you know, plan of action series. All right, other than that, Pony Diamond, that's my Lamborghini story. Hope you enjoyed it. Love to hear from you.